One of the things that actually I wanted to emphasize here is your reputation preceded you for years before I actually, met you in person.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I really got from you is this fire that you have, right? This fire, you can call it joyful life, this aliveness, this desire, this I don't know what else to say other than inner fire. So have you always been this way? Was this fire cultivated throughout? Because I'm curious to know from your Brendan's life has the young Brendan always been this eager to live life at its fullest?
Yes, I have. I've always had energy beyond belief. I think seeing my father running the ice business early on, his excitement for life and achieving is ingrained in me as a kid. And I've been very competitive. And going back to like where that at a young age started really ingrained in me was I was always trying to prove something. So for me, because I had that speech impediment, I I wasn't like everybody else. So what would happen is people would mock me, like, "Oh, you can't speak, or you can't." I wasn't like them, so I wanted to prove that I was worthy and I was like them, and that's where I worked to gain my ability to communicate. And so what happened is that wanting to please people and be worthy and prove that hey, I'm better or whatever else, that went into sports. So when I played sports, I was very competitive. It went into the gym, like when I worked out. It went into competitions. It went into all areas of my life. It went into business. It went into making money. I always wanted to achieve something and prove, look at me. I got this. I achieved this. I'm better than you, or whatever it is. And so that is something that fueled me. I'm very competitive, but having the energy, I'm going to go. And where my life changed is partly it was because I went through MITT program, which I know you're familiar with, and that opened my eyes to the patterns that were driving for what I was doing. Now there is positive to that because look, it did drive me to achieve things, but the tweak I needed to make is I didn't need to do it for everybody else. I just need to do for myself and say, hey, pat my back and be like, you did it, buddy. You don't need to hear any kind of recognition from anybody else. And so that's where the fire really had engaged in me before at a young age, always being competitive, trying to prove something. And now I'm still competitive, but I do things for the right reasons and I'm doing it for me. Yes, I have some loved ones and I want to make them proud and I am, but it's mainly doing it for me and I don't have to prove shit to no one.